Hi, my name is Hyunsong Chung from Korea National University of Education. The title of this presentation is Rhythm of East Asian Speakers of English in English Conversation. This paper investigated the rhythm of East Asian speakers of English who live in Hong Kong. This study is different from previous studies in that it used the speech data of impromptu and spontaneous utterances in conversations, which involve interactions between speakers, in order to investigate the rhythm. Many rhythm metrics have been used to characterize the speech rhythm of world languages quantitatively. Based on these quantitative characterizations of speech rhythm, world languages can be divided either as stress-based languages or as syllable-based languages. Different rhythm metrics have been proposed to analyze the rhythm. Most of them were based on interval durations of vowels or consonants. Among them, delta V is the standard deviation of vocalic interval duration. Delta C is the standard deviation of consonantal interval duration. %V is the sum of vocalic interval duration divided by the total duration of vocalic and consonantal intervals and multiplied by 100. VarcoC is variation coefficients, which is the standard deviation of consonantal interval duration divided by the mean consonantal interval duration and multiplied by 100. VarcoV is the standard deviation of vocalic interval duration divided by the mean vocalic interval duration and multiplied by 100. Pairwise variability index, which is PVI, is the difference in duration of vowels between successive syllables multiplied by 100. Variability index is the normalized duration of consecutive syllables. Except for %V, the higher the value is, the more stress-based the rhythm is. Previous studies showed that rhythm metrics based on vocalic intervals, which are %V, delta V, and VarcoV, and PVI, were better acoustic correlates to investigate the rhythm. There are some studies which investigated the rhythm of Asian speakers of English. According to Deterding, the average VIs of the Singaporean speakers were smaller than those of the British speakers. And according to Carter, Nelson, Deterding, and Kirkpatrick, tense vowels were generally twice as long as lax vowels, but they were not reduced in unstressed syllables in the speech data of speakers of English in ASEAN region. Kim, Flynn, and Oh found that Korean speakers had difficulty in implementing the different rhythmic patterns of stressed and unstressed syllables in read speech in terms of VI. According to Chung, there was no significant variability in the measurement of the syllable-to-syllable duration for the utterances of Korean speakers, regardless of their interlocutors' language background, in terms of VI. I have worked on the intelligibility of English pronunciation of Korean or Asian speakers recently. I worked on the phonological accommodation and convergence of English consonants in interlanguage talk by Korean learners of English in the UK, and also studied the rhythm of Korean English learners' interlanguage talk. I also investigated the features of English as a lingua franca in Asian context, focusing on segmental features and also on rhythmic features. This presentation is based on these studies. In order to investigate the rhythm, we collected speech data of 750 minutes conversations by 100 speakers who had a total of 21 different L1 backgrounds. 75 female speakers and 25 male speakers participated in the recordings. Other L1s include Urdu, Tagalog, and so on. Unfortunately, most of the speakers are either from Cantonese, Mandarin, or Korean. The number of other speakers are 24. This is the demographic data of the participants. Participants' exposure to English is as following table. We made a group of 4 in 25 different groups. Each speaker had a conversation with one of 3 other interlocutors in the same group in 3 different 5-minute sessions, which produced a total of 6 conversations for each group. The topics for each session included stresses in life, future dream, movie, an ideal spouse, teacher qualifications, and sports. For the statistical analysis, we grouped the individual utterances into same and different according to the interlocutor's L1 background difference. Based on duration of English language learning, we made the 3 groups. We also made the 3 groups according to the daily use of English. The results as follows. First, we investigated %V, %B. Because %V is the sum of vocalic interval duration divided by the total duration of vocalic and consonantal intervals, the bigger the value, the more syllable time the utterance. The two-way ANOVA results showed that L1 difference and the daily use of English had significant effects on rhythm. %V was smaller when the speaker talked to the interlocutor who had the same L1 background, while it was bigger when they talked to the interlocutor who had a different L1 background. It revealed that the speakers tended to be more syllable timed when they had a conversation with the interlocutors who had different L1 backgrounds. This is box plot of the result. We investigated %V according to the daily use of English. The difference between Group H, who are speakers, that is, speakers who use English most frequently, and Group L, speakers who use English least frequently, was significant. The utterances by the speakers who used English more frequently tended to be more stress-timed. This is the box plot of the result. Second, we analyze the delta V. Because delta V is the standard deviation of vocalic interval duration, the bigger values indicate stress timing of the utterances. The two-way ANOVA results showed that only the daily use of English affected delta V values. This is the box plot of the result. There was a significant difference between Group H and Group L. The result was quite surprising because it means that the speakers who use English less frequently tended to have more stress-timed rhythm. It was also conflicting with the results of %V. Third investigation was focused on VarcoV. Because VarcoV is the standard deviation of vocalic interval duration divided by the mean vocalic interval duration, the bigger values indicate stress timing of the utterances. There was a significant main effect of speaker's gender. The result indicates that male speakers' utterances were more stress-timed than female speakers. This is the box plot of the results. In order to investigate whether the speakers accommodate their rhythm to their partners, the correlation of the rhythm of the speakers was analyzed. There was a weak but significant correlation in %V values of the speakers. A very weak and significant correlation was also found in ΔV values of the speakers. No correlation was found in VarcoV and PVI values. Depending on the rhythm matrix, some degree of rhythm accommodation between speakers was found. The results of this study showed that the listener's L1 background, the daily use of English of the speaker, and the speaker's gender affected rhythm of the speaker's utterances. The speakers also tended to accommodate their rhythm to their partners. It was revealed from this study that there were some inconsistencies among the results from different rhythm metrics. In order to complement these inconsistencies, speech rate, articulation rate, the percentage of function words in the utterances, and the number of pauses in the utterances might be used to investigate rhythm. However, this study is still meaningful in that it analyzed the rhythm of impromptu and spontaneous utterances with actual interaction in conversations between speakers of English with a relatively diverse L1 background in the East Asia region. At the end of this presentation, I would like to thank Dr. Peggy Mok of the Chinese University of Hong Kong for providing the facilities and recruiting subjects for recording for this study. Thanks also goes to Dr. Taejin Yoon of Sungshin University for his help in making scripts to annotate the speech data. Thank you for your attention.